Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining my live stream. We're going to talk about some storms that are possible overnight. But before I do that, let me show you my Chick fil A cup. I'm tired. If you don't know, tonight at the North Garland Chick fil A, North Garland Crossing Chick fil A, we had our three mayors' day. Myself, Mayor Hedrick from Garland, and Mayor Winchett from Rowlett came together and served some chicken to our constituents across the three cities to raise money for the Garland Education Foundation, Garland ISD Education Foundation. So it's a lot of fun. But they worked us hard. It's been a long time since I worked fast food. But for a great cause, I had a lot of fun. So I'm a little tired. That's why I'm a little late getting on here to talk about the weather. But I did want to come on and talk to y'all just for a minute or two or five, whatever it is, to let you know what we can expect overnight. So first and foremost, I always like to start with the radar. This is the current radar, and as you can see, most of the storms are northwest of Dallas Fort Worth, really around the Wichita Falls area. Then come a broken line down to Abilene, west of Abilene. We'll go into the details here in just a second. That is generally moving our way, and we put that in motion. You'll obviously get a better idea about that. The general motion of individual storms is to the northeast, as you can see, but in a overall sense, the line is broken line right now is moving toward the east. Not many, several hours still away from Dallas Fort Worth. Definitely after midnight. So stop that. We'll zoom in a little bit here. And this is actually the Wichita Falls radar, not even the Dallas Fort Worth radar because it's so far away. And we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings with this line. This one in particular is out near Wichita Falls, severe thunderstorm warning. Hail is not really a big issue, at least with this particular storm. It's really more for wind. But again, that's way. I shouldn't say it like that. Well, I was going to say way far away, but not very close to Dallas Fort Worth right now. So let's kind of reset everything with the watches and warnings and what we can expect overnight. So right now we have a tornado watch that's in effect until midnight. Does not include Dallas Fort Worth. The counties, excuse me, shaded in yellow until midnight. I don't get the sense that the Weather Service or the Storm Prediction Center will extend this watch to the south and east. Not saying they couldn't, but right now it doesn't seem like they would do that. And let me do something here real quick because I just realized that my ticker is old. So we'll just get rid of that for a second here. There we go. Okay. Go back to this. I thought I updated that, but I didn't. Yes, Natalie, we do need the rain, and we're gonna get some. I'm gonna talk about that in just a second, but we do need the rain. Yes, it's been kind of dry. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Jamerson. So right now, this is the watch we have, but again, it's northwest of Dallas Fort Worth. But you could see a few tornadoes. We haven't had a ton of those reports. Hail up 2 inches, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour. But again, that's northwest. And the good news is, as this line moves into Dallas Fort Worth after midnight, it's not expected to be severe. That's why I'm not really expecting the watch to be extended, or a new watch, quite frankly, to be put into place over Dallas Fort Worth. I'm not saying it couldn't, but right now it's not looking that way, which is good. So you can tell from the hazards on the top and the timing on the bottom. We are within the two number, so that's 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. That's it's quite the range, obviously. So, like I always like to say, when you have these storm systems, the 1 a.m. is really more west of Dallas Fort Worth. The 6 a.m. is really more east of Dallas Fort Worth. So you can probably split the difference and say 3 or 4 a.m. for most of it. Yes, no pink moon tonight. Sorry about that, Natalie. It's way too much cloud cover for that. It's kind of a bummer, actually. So, what we can realistically expect overnight for us is that a broken line of storms, probably not even a solid line, but a broken line of storms to move across after midnight. I'm afraid, from a rain standpoint, some of us in North Texas might not even see any rain with these particular storms, but I think most of us will see something. If you're wanting rain, I have better news for you here in just a second. But as far as tonight goes, we are not expecting, well, certainly not expecting any kind of widespread severe weather event tonight. It's not out of the question that if these storms overperform, could see some gusty winds. Don't be shocked if you wake up to thunder or lightning or something like that. But again, these storms are expected to weaken, excuse me, as they get closer to Dallas Fort Worth. So it's really more of a generalized thunderstorm chance. And again, like I said, since this is a broken line of storms, some of us won't even see any rain with this particular system. But if you're one of the unlucky ones, not from a storm standpoint, but if you're one of the unlucky ones that don't see any rain, then the next system is more for you. So this is the Friday night, Saturday time frame. So the gosh, I am so tired from Chick-fil-A. It's like they work you so hard. I can't even think straight. The upper half of the graph is Friday night. And as you can see, there's a chance for a few strong to severe storms in that highlighted yellow dashed area through Friday night. Most of that is expected to be northwest of Dallas Fort Worth, but you do see some green in there, and this is general rain and thunderstorms. Could even see some heavy rain. So that's we. Hey, I don't think anybody's gonna complain about that. At least I don't think so. Yes, Jamerson, the tornado risk is low. That is true. And so not really a big issue with tornadoes for us. Andrew has two research projects due next week, so as long as we don't lose power. Okay. Yes, I don't. I hope you don't lose power either. If you lose power, it's probably not going to be because of the storm. Might be something else. Hello, Krista. Yes, thank you. We did work hard, if I may say so. I tell you what, it's funny because someone asked me, and again, if you're just joining us, like I said at the very top, that the mayor, myself, the mayor Garland, Mayor Hedrick, and Mayor Winchett of Rowlett worked at the North Garland Crossing Chick-fil-A tonight to help raise money for the Garland ISD Education Foundation. So we had a good time, but they actually put us to work. It wasn't just this shake hands, kiss babies, stuff like that. We did some of that. Don't get me wrong, but we actually had to work, and Chris was out there supporting us. I really appreciate that. And it's been a long time since I worked fast food. I'll just put it that way. So yes, thank you, Chris, for joining. So if you don't see any rain overnight from this particular system, then I think most of us are going to see rain Friday night into Saturday. I think Saturday, the way the timing is right now is that um, most of Saturday, if you have outdoor plans, assuming you're not contingent upon it being dry dirt, you'll probably be fine. But if you're, as I talked to Mayor Hedrick, his kiddos play soccer. Uh, if you're on a grass field Saturday, you might not be in luck. If you're on a turf field, you're probably fine. How strong can the storms be? I forget to do this sometimes. Well, overnight they probably won't be too strong. We have a better chance to see stronger storms in Dallas Fort Worth, Friday night, I would say, as opposed to tonight overnight. All right, so let's go back to radar here. All right, so we'll put this in motion again. And again, you can see the general motion is to the north. Individual storm motion, I should say, is to the northeast. The overall line is to the east. And you can kind of tell, right here, we just had this polygon pop up. That should be a severe thunderstorm warning, I think. Yep. Hail, 3/4 inch, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. That's both radar indicated, so it's not a ground truth at this point. So it's just, in matter of fact, if we switch radars here, yeah, you get a little bit better look at that storm. So it's right now these storms are packing a little bit of a punch, obviously, because you have a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, as these storms move to the east toward Dallas Fort Worth, they're expected to weaken. And I don't know why that they wouldn't based on all the weather data. I am going to pull up the storm predictions. I don't want that one actually. Well, hold on. There we go. All right. So this is the current severe weather outlook for our area. Is issued at 8 p.m. tonight, so fairly recent. So you can tell that Dallas Fort Worth is in the darker green, which is a marginal risk, and not like I said, it's not out of the question that we could see a severe thunderstorm. It's just not looking too probable right now. The slight risk in yellow is out west of Fort Worth. Of course, the enhanced risk is Wichita Falls up in Oklahoma. And the tornado threat, got asked that question earlier. Not technically a tornado threat for Dallas Fort Worth right now. Doesn't mean you couldn't see one, but it's just highly unlikely. And severe wind threat, which again, severe wind is defined using round numbers, 60 miles an hour wind gust or higher, technically 58. And again, most of that is northwest of Dallas Fort Worth for tonight. And last but certainly not least, the severe hail look. And again, for those of y'all new to the channel, severe hail is defined as 1 inch in diameter or greater. So, as you can tell, at least from an overnight standpoint, not really expecting anything like that in North Texas, which is good. Now, the thing I want to point you to is a couple of different things. Tomorrow, just a general thunderstorm risk. I don't think we'll see much of anything tomorrow. We may see something close to, obviously during the overnight hours and in the morning, but not expecting anything severe. As we get into Friday, so right now this is going to change. It is something that, well, we are looking at a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms, and that is really covering all of North Texas. And the slight risk is up in Oklahoma. Now this will change. This is 2 days, so a day and a half out, and so it's something that I don't think it's going to change a ton. Depending on how the weather system sets up, you could see that slight risk. I would be shocked if it got expanded down into North Texas. So, but that's Friday, and then after that, we're gonna have the cold front move through. I don't want to say it's chilly, but it's gonna be cooler to start the week, the rest of the weekend, and first part of next week. So, it's just something. If you don't want the warmer spring weather quite yet, then you will get your wish coming the most of the weekend and the first part of next week. Now, this time of year, the cooler weather is 60s and 70s for highs as opposed to 80s. So it's not gonna be cold by any means. And if you're like me that like to plant, I think it looks like I always say think because until we get past the second week in April, you know, I don't think we're gonna have any freezes between now and then, but I'm probably gonna start planting the rest of my garden this weekend, probably. So if you're into that sort of thing, I think the growing season has officially begun. But it will be chilly. It will. I wouldn't be surprised to see temperatures in the 40s those first couple of nights starting on Sunday, Monday. So just FYI. But your plants will be fine for that, unless they're really sensitive to the cold. Okay, so that's the severe weather outlook for the next day or two, and we will go back to the radar here. If you have comments or questions, just let me know. I know it's getting late. And hello to my Instagram audience. I see you over there. I don't see any questions over there, so that's good. So if you got a question on Instagram, it won't show up here, but let me know. And all right. So Patty, thank you for the weather update. We attended the animal board committee meeting tonight, so missed my favorite mayor serving green lettuce. Yeah, thank you, Patty. I'm sure you had a great time at the animal board committee. You didn't have as much fun as we did though. So, a little shameless plug. I did a promotional video for the Chick-fil-A, and it's on my YouTube page. Oh, it's actually on every page. Um, I'm sure most of you have probably heard about the McDonald's CEO a few weeks ago on this Instagram, kind of advertising their new burger, and I'll just let you watch it. I'll just leave it at that. And then they had several CEOs from other companies kind of, you know, mock that, I guess. And so I took that in the spirit of doing the same thing with Chick-fil-A's their current promotion, which is their jalapeno ranch chicken sandwich. I think that's how you say it. So it's a lot of fun. So that's what she's referencing. So I'll just leave it at that. So go check it out if you haven't seen my video. All right. So let me see. Let me expand this out just a little bit. And we'll put this in motion for you. So, at the rate of speed that these storms are moving, as you can tell, it's going to be uh, several hours before it reaches North Texas. And as I've been mentioning, their intensity is not expected to be what they are now. And thankfully, right now they're not that. I mean, there's a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, so no doubt. But they're expected to decrease in intensity even from what they are now. Thankfully, the atmosphere over North Texas is just not conducive for severe weather, so that's good. I mean, you could see some severe weather. I'm saying it's not conducive for widespread severe weather. What are the wind speeds for the storms? Well, there's another new warning. So this severe thunderstorm warning north of Abilene, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust. And that's radar indicated. I don't see any ground reports of that yet. And same thing for this warning they just issued for Abilene, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, 3/4 inch hail. Now, again, those are both radar indicated. So I would say in general, these right now, the wind speeds, definitely could be that high in these storms. It's like I said, 58 miles an hour and greater that they're going to warn it, but haven't seen any ground truth to that yet. Now, if you extrapolate that on into North Texas again after midnight, probably more like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, uh, based on because the atmosphere over North Texas is a little drier in the upper levels than it is out in West Texas. So these storms won't have the moisture in the whole atmospheric column to tap into. That's why they're expected to weaken some. And like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of us, at least this go around, miss out on the rain. I think most of us will see something, but as Natalie said back in the beginning of the chat, it's dry, and that's not. I mean, it's not crazy dry, but we don't want to be dry in the springtime because we all know what summer is going to bring. And so we don't want to start out at a deficit. That is for sure. Okay, checking Instagram. Don't see anything over there. I mean, thank you for following over there on Instagram. I tuning in. I appreciate that. So here's what you can expect overnight as we kind of wrap this up. It is something that you should be aware of. That's why I came on to do this. Nothing to be overly concerned about. Don't be surprised if you get woken up in the middle of the night with thunderstorms. Doesn't mean it's going to be severe, but don't be shocked if you hear a rumble of thunder or something like that, and have a storm for just a little bit. This is going to move on out, and like I said, most of tomorrow was expected to be dry, um, partly cloudy, maybe. And then our next system, as I mentioned, and matter of fact, I'll just go put that graphic back up. Well, actually, I'll just start back with this. So, like I just said, we're in the number two. So 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. Probably DFW proper, probably more like three, 2 or 3, and then it'll move on out. The hazards, high wind. That's probably the biggest threat. I just don't see a tornado threat or a hail threat as we saw those other graphics. Uh, it could be isolated heavy rain tonight, but I don't think that's going to be widespread at all. Um, and I will say this, and I always harp on this, is that please have multiple ways to receive a weather alert. A lot of us use our phones for everything. I totally get that. And but you can't always depend on your phone to get a weather alert because cell towers can get knocked out, or you just, for what other reasons, you can just lose your cell service. And then, while I'm not expecting that to be a big issue tonight from a warning standpoint, it is something that the next time we have a system move through that is a lot stronger, then you just want to have another way to get a warning beside your phone. And that is a NOAA weather radio. Well, I guess technically now it's called NOAA All Hazard Radio, but it's always going to be weather radio to me. And you can buy them on Amazon, $30 typically. If you want to get the real fancy ones, or a little bit more. And they can run on battery. They can run on, you can plug it in and have a battery backup, and the alarm will go off when there's a warning for your area. Now, say for your area, I just say that because there's two ways to program it. One is you can program it just for your county that you live in. So if you live in Dallas County, you can program it to where it won't go off unless there's a warning just for Dallas County. So if there's a warning for Denton County or Tarrant County, and I don't care, well, then it won't go off. Now, if you're like me, a weather nerd, then I don't do that. I every county that they warn for audibly is going to go off, but that's me. I will also say this, and this is where I get the biggest blowback, is that, hey, if I have a weather radio and it's all set to go off, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's going to wake me up. Well, that's what it's designed to do, is to wake you up. And I get it. It's nobody wants to be woken up in the middle of the night, especially if you wake up and it's like, oh, there's nothing going on. What's going on? Well, it's obviously designed to warn you ahead of time, and so that's just something that it's a good idea to have. Like I said, it's $30 typically on Amazon, and you always have that backup. And if you're like me, now all my alerts on my phone are set up, but some people, I totally get it. Some people turn those emergency alerts off. Okay, you shouldn't do that, but if you do, that's okay. Another reason to have a weather radio, have a backup. Anyway, okay, so that's my weather radio TED talk for just a second. Okay, so but I don't really think this could be a big issue tonight as far as, hey, I'm so glad I had a weather radio. But again, you just never know. Mother Nature can throw you curveballs like you don't know, myself included. All right, so in summary, this is what's heading our way. We'll put this in motion while we wrap this up. And like I said, after midnight for sure, probably 2, 3 a.m. Rumbles of thunder, not expected to be severe. I don't expect to have to come back on here in the middle of the night. I guess if I had to, I would, but but I'm not expecting that. And then, like I said, I'll move on out. Tomorrow will be rather uneventful, and then we'll kind of do this again on Friday. But that is expected to be more of a heavy rain threat than a severe weather threat. Oh, the severe weather threat is not zero. That's for sure. I want to switch this to the Dallas Fort Worth radar. Yeah. Let's check spotter reports. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Many. So I keep saying many. Several hours away. All right. I don't see anything else in the chat. I don't see anything on the Instagram side. So, with that, I am going to sign off because, again, Chick fil A worked us really hard tonight. And I am tired. But great, like I said, it's for a great cause. All right. I don't see anything else. So, with that, I am watching the weather so you don't have to. Hope everyone has a good overnight sleep. And most likely, we will talk again on Friday. But if you don't know, typically not every morning, but in the morning, I will do a weather update if the day is going to be eventful. So you may not see one from me tomorrow morning, but you'll definitely see one from me on Friday, and I'll give you the latest update through a short, usually it's less than a minute video on what the weather's going to be on Fridays anyway. What's the weather's going to be on Friday and then what's going to be on the weekend. So but anything changes in between now and then, I will definitely come back on and tell you all about it. So, again, thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great overnight sleep. And we will see you on the next one.